Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. Thank you all so much for being here. I feel like it's been a little bit of a while, but a lot's been going on my end. I hope you all are doing well. Today we're going to be tapping into the reading for the singles out there. So those singles, this is going to be your read, okay? This is a general reading, so please take whatever resonates and let go whatever does not. And this is also a timeless reading. I'm having a hard time shuffling. So when you find this reading, it is meant for you. All right, Scorpio, angel spirits and guides. What's going on for my Scorpios, for my single Scorpio spirit? What's going on for my single Scorpios? What's going on? What's going on? We want to know. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Started with your tarot. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. Girl. Automatically saying girl, right? Okay. So you have an emperor coming in. An emperor coming in, someone very stable, someone very secure, okay? A leader, respectful. Ooh. Someone that could be a father, doesn't have to be. Very disciplined and focused. So you have a very solid, strong emperor coming in here, okay? And you're in your Queen of Cups energy over here, being very comforting, very compassionate. And this person, is going to love this about you. Very calm, very helpful, emotionally stable, right? Healing, caring. You all are going to definitely be pouring into each other in some very positive ways that each of you really need uniquely, right? Like for you, Scorpio, you need the stable, secure, honest, real, strong emperor, and they're going to need this very sweet, loving, nurturing, stable energy. So you're going to be giving each other what you both have really desired and needed that you haven't been able to have in the past, okay? And this emperor coming in is going to be very clear with you. They're going to be making plans with you, planning dates, very clear about their decisions, and they're going to be progressing this connection on leading the way as their energy. I love this. They're going to be very much so a leader. We have such leader energy that you're going to be able to sit back and see this person just put in that work. You'll put in the work too, but they're going to lead the way with all of this, okay? And I do see you releasing old baggage, Scorpio. So anybody from the past that you're still, holding on to or still trying to move past, you're going to be moving past that very soon. And then this emperor is going to be coming in because you're ready for this. You're ready for this love. You're ready for this connection. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, that's going to allow for you to transition out of holding on to someone that, didn't treat you well. And then here comes your emperor, right? And it's going to be a passionate new beginning with this emperor. Okay, very passionate, very intense, a lot of desire for each other. This person's going to be very enthusiastic in terms of putting out that effort. They're going to tell you things and then their actions are going to follow. It's not going to just be words, right? They're going to definitely say things and put that action with it here. Okay, I see this connection growing, good energy between the two of you, very compatible. Okay, and then we have someone here that feels like, there's so much potential here. And you're going to feel it too, like limitless potential, so much. And it's going to be very exciting. Like you're going to feel excited about, hearing from this person, talking to this person, every day. You're going to look forward to it. You're going to be thinking about them when they wake up. They're going to be thinking about you when they wake up, type of energy. That type of like high school type of feeling that you used to feel back in the day. You're going to be feeling that now as an adult with this person. It's going to feel good. Okay. I love this for you. So yeah, you're definitely attracting in someone new here, this emperor energy, because I feel like you're almost done with releasing that baggage, because the Six of Swords talks about baggage release. So I feel like for you, Scorpio, you're on the edge of releasing something, someone that has hurt you. And now you're able to attract in someone stable and secure and that knows what they want and is keeping it real with you, not playing any games, okay? Because I feel like for you, Scorpio, the last person you dealt with was playing a lot of games with you. But this emperor is not playing. They know what they want and they're putting in the action, to follow those words that they speak. Okay. I love this for you. Angel spirits and guides. What's going on for my single Scorpios? We already see some good things here, but let's get some message cards. Angel spirits and guides. What's going on for my single Scorpios? All right, let's see. Yeah, this person's going to be deeply attracted to you. They're going to find, you see the sculpture, like the curves, they're going to find your curves, your body to be beautiful. Like they're going to be highly attracted to your physique, your face. They're going to be attracted to your hair, every inch of you. This person is going to essentially worship it. They're going to worship your body. because they find you to be so beautiful from the inside and the out, but definitely that outside, because look at the curves on this. They're going to find your curves to be just, and for my guys, they're going to find, your body, your abs, whatever you got going on to be very, very, appealing. And they're not going to be able to keep their hands off of you when you get to that point of, being able to be close enough and comfortable enough. They're not going to be able to keep their hands off of you. Okay, conflict. Yeah, I do feel like for you, Scorpio, there's an energy of clashing indifference and incompatibility that you dealt with the past person, right? There's a lot of clashing you dealt with someone. And I feel like with them, you're not going to clash. And that's going to be a little confusing for you because you're going to be in a space where you're still so used to clashing energy because of your past situation. That's going to catch you off guard because I feel like, again, it's going to be a very compatible connection coming in here with this emperor, that it may catch you off guard because you came from such a conflict situation of your past that this is going to be like, whoa, so different from the past person, right? But that incompatible, the difference that you had with that past person is why you need to move forward so that you can welcome this emperor in. That's what I'm being told. Like, you got to let go of that past energy. Yeah, because this past person made you feel broken, heartbroken, shattered. Your heart was broken. They really hurt you deeply. And I feel like for a lot of you Scorpios, you've been single for some time here. And I feel like you haven't even put effort into dating because this past person had hurt you so deeply that you needed time to be by yourself, which is the best thing. And this is why you're attracting in this new person now, because you've done the work. You haven't even been out there trying to date. You really truly honed in on healing from a past that was very painful for you, right? And now you're coming into an energy with someone who's going to want it all with you. And it's a lot of promise here. I see this person is going to be faithful to you. So I feel like your past person wasn't faithful. So you're going to be able to trust this person. And I see higher levels of commitment eventually. So if you want to be in a relationship, I see that happening. If you want marriage, I see that happening down the line. I definitely feel like you're going to be able to trust this person with the fidelity energy on this card coming out, because I feel that's what you lack with your past person. They weren't honest with you. There may have been other people, a third party. With them, with this new person, with this emperor, none of that's going to be happening. You're going to feel the trust with this person because their actions are going to follow their words, right? And then we have heart fog. So yeah, you definitely dealt with a lot of mixed signals with this past person, blocked emotions. And this past person does feel like they messed up, Scorpio. They do feel like they messed up with you. And they're still dealing with that. So if you think this past person isn't recognizing the error of their ways, they still are harboring a lot of feelings toward their behavior. But you're moving on because I see new and better things coming your way as it pertains to love, right? And your past person's bitter, Scorpio. So sorry to bring up the past person if this is triggering, but this past person is very upset. They're resentful. They're mad with themselves, but they're probably lashing out or possibly lashing out on the people around them, friends and family, maybe their new love interest, they're lashing out on because they're very bitter. They want to be with you, but they can't have you no more. They messed that up, right? And they're struggling with that. So if you think this past person isn't struggling, oh, they are. They're having a hard time letting go and accepting that they messed things up with you. But you're having better things coming in with this Emperor energy, okay? Angel spirits and guides, what's going on for my single Scorpio? So yeah, there's a past person here that's very upset, that they can't have you anymore, and you're moving on because you've done the work. You've healed, you've stayed single, you've worked on yourself. So this emperor may come out of nowhere and you're gonna be like, I didn't even put effort into this. They found me type of deal. But that's when you've worked on yourself, right? Angel spirits and guides, what's going on for my single Scorpio? It happens when you're not looking, right? So if you're not looking at this time, this will come out of nowhere because you're like, I'm not even trying to date. That doesn't mean you're not going to find this emperor. They're going to find you in places that you'd expect to find them, right? Okay. We have escape. So yeah, this person left when things got hard, this past person. They ran when things got hard and now they want to be back, but it's like, no, you're moving on, right? Shadow side. You made this past person realize their flaws. And now that they've recognized their flaws, now they want to rush back because they appreciate you so much for keeping it a buck with them. At the time, they couldn't accept that, but now they're like, dang, Scorpio showed me so much about, that the flaws of me, and now I want to come back. No, you got something better coming in. Okay. This past person is hopeful you'll give them a second chance. Okay, they're hoping that you'll give them a second chance. I haven't given up on us yet. So this past person hasn't given up on the thought of you too. But little do they know you're moving forward with the new person. But this past person energy is now coming through your reading, Scorpio. So sorry. Because now they're taking over your reading. Because the reading started about a new person coming in, which I do see that for you. But now this past person's coming in with their energy, wanting a second chance. And you're moving on. habits. I don't know if I will ever change. So this person is not going to change. That's why, you're being shown a new person who is already healed, already ready for love. This past person is not even trying to change. If they've cheated on you, we're talking to other women, they're not going to change that. They're still the same person. So again, it was best the situation ended. I know it hurts, Scorpio, that this person left you, but you have better coming in. They're not even trying to change. They haven't changed. Okay, they haven't changed. Disagreement. I wish you understood how I feel. So this past person wants you to understand their feelings. They want you to understand their side of things, but this is an unhealed person that has not changed that wants to come back into your life. They don't deserve an opportunity to be around you anymore, especially when you're attracting in someone who's ready for you. They are not ready for you. But this new person, they're ready now. Okay, they're ready now. Time. So this person, the past person's afraid that they're running out of time, like they can't take action anymore because you've moved on. So this past person feel like they have run out of time. So I'm not sure if the past person is going to try to come back towards you, Scorpio, because they feel they've run out of time. So they may not even come towards you, but this past person's very bitter and very upset that they're not in your life anymore. But this new emperor is so thankful to have met you. So if you haven't met the emperor yet, they're coming in and they're not going to fumble you. They're going to be sure of themselves. They're going to put in that work. They're going to be honest, real, faithful if you give them the chance. They are the ones that are going to show you what it means to be a real person, to be a solid person. Past person's over here suffering in silence, and I'm not sure if they're going to come back, which is possibly for the best. I think it really is for the best because they haven't changed. Okay. So I hope this message has resonated for you, Scorpio. If it did, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I thank you all so much for being here. And until next time, be blessed.